Awesome. I think we're live. I see live. That's always a good thing, I think. And you know what? I'm just going to post. How do I do that? I'm going to just share. Oh, wait. You know what? It says I'm connecting now. Oh, Periscope's warming up. All right. So I guess there's a little bit of a delay, which is fine. All good. So I'm going to just share out the link. How do I do that? There was a way in which I could do that to YouTube. Let me see. Sorry, folks, if you've bopped in here yet, I don't know if anybody's seeing us, not hearing us. I don't know. Go ahead in the chat of wherever you're actually seeing us. That would be awesome. I'm here with Mike Kelly of Member Vault. We're going to be talking all about sales today. And this is a recording of... We're actually recording an episode of the podcast Live in the Feast. This will actually be the first episode. So welcome, everybody. And I'm just going to post this on Facebook. And hopefully we get some folks popping in. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right in. Wait, I'm trying to... What's going on here?
I love kicking off the season, man, with just going into new territory. Let's do it.
Yeah, right.
Let's go live and everything and
course,
record.
Man.
This is sweet. I like this.
Of course, yeah. No, and I really appreciate you being that guinea pig of sorts for sure. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to jump right in. I don't know if I could see anybody jumping in. I did a test. People just jumped in, so hopefully people are just jumping in.
If you're using Ecamm, it should pop up any kind of Facebook comments, and I've only used it with Facebook, but it seems to work really well.
Yeah, I haven't used it with Facebook. I'm not using Facebook because you have to pay for that. But I'm going on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all of the other ones. For right now. Again, this is an experiment. We're doing this live, so if this works, Facebook will be included. I'm not there yet. But all right, so let's jump into the podcast and the conversation. Right. So today,
let's talk about sales, baby.
Yeah. So today's featured guest and featured co-host is Mike Kelly. Welcome, Mike.
Hey, Jason. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Mike is the co-founder of Member Vault and super passionate about development, woodworking, and family. So that's why I love this guy. He worked in client services years ago. He was a podcast host, which I think that's actually where we actually connected. And because
I believe it is. Yeah.
The title of the podcast was awesome, The Grumpy Developer, right? And that was right up my alley. But he's since moved on to a SaaS business co-founded with his wife. Mike, I'm sure I didn't do that intro justice. Please tell us a little bit more about who you are and why you do what you do.
Yeah, well, I'm a hot mess, so I mean that was a perfect intro for me. Like you said, I've just been I've been a developer my whole life, basically, even as a kid, right? So I mean, this is just my thing. I love building, and that's I build with wood too. I build with Legos. I just love building, and so software was the same thing. And for a good portion of my professional life, I was a freelance developer, just building stuff for other people. Well, 3 years ago, my wife was an OBM for there's an online business manager, basically managing social media and handling all kinds of the high level kind of tech stuff for one of her clients, and they were complaining about how the course platform arena, what was available at the time was kind of crap. It was either like a WordPress plugin that kind of worked but felt crappy, or it was like pay $300 a month for Kajabi or one of the other big ones, right? And it was just like, oh my God, like there seemed to be this big gap. And me being a cocky developer, which you know how we get, I offhand was like, oh, I could build something for you in like a weekend. Like, you know, we could build something better like that in a weekend. And here we are 3 years later, we're still working on it. But that's how development goes. But yeah, that's how it started. It started as like a custom solution for one client, and we've since pivoted. We're not just a course platform anymore. We're what we call a relationship marketing platform. And I mean, we can get into like what the difference is there, but it's fantastic because it ties in perfectly with what we want to talk about, and that's sales. You know, that's like engagement and sales, and it's everything is MemberVault has evolved over the past 3 years from a course platform to where we are now as a relationship marketing platform by kind of like seeing what's happening, you know, out there and like listening to our users and seeing what's working. And so actually it's funny, we talk more about sales now than we do courses, than we do technology, you know? So the conversation has shifted quite a bit, and I actually like it. It's really fun.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that I guess we resonate on or we connect on is that relationship part of it. I mean, that's been a huge, big thing in my business, just in, you know, being a human. Like, I mean, that's what we are as businesses, right? Like, I mean, yeah, we're not a bunch of logos talking to each other. We're a bunch of people. We're trying to solve problems. You know, we're trying to understand what it is that the other person is struggling with and finding out if we can provide a proper solution to that. And for me, that's how I think about sales. Is I've always thought that if somebody comes to me, to my desk, asks me a couple of questions, I want to leave them in a better place when they leave, whether that is with me, whether that is with somebody else, whether that's with a resource, whatever that could possibly be. And so I try to come at sales with that in mind, to try to figure out what it is that they need, and what they're struggling with, what their problem is, and how I can put them on the path to that solution. I'm curious how you feel. What was it like to transition from services to product? And two, what strategy or what philosophy did you carry over from one to the other?
Yeah. Oh my God. This is such a good topic. I never get to talk about this, but yeah, in services, right? And I did really well in services just because I had met a lot of people and I had a lot of great connections from previous places and yada, yada, yada. So it wasn't hard to hit like $10,000 months, like being a freelance developer, but every month started out with zero. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to like work your way up every single month. And what really started to kill me was building stuff for other people, just kind of being like hired to like do this. It was always like, how quick can you build this? And then cool, just like minimal viable product, kick it out the door. I never get to touch it again. And I always wanted like something that I could like keep working on, you know? I've built some like really kind of bigger apps for clients, and I'm like, man, I wish I could like stay on with this project and keep iterating it, right? Keeping it better. Like I want to see this through. And that really was